Once upon a time, there was a prosperous village where food and water were abundant and the sun shone every day. But there was something unusual about that place. None of the villagers believed in God. Everything seemed perfect, but something was about to change, and faith would be the key to transformation. Anna, a simple young woman, believed in God. She always prayed alone, knowing that something greater was behind the life in the village. Her faith made her different from the others, but as the village flourished, no one shared her belief. Anna felt alone in her spiritual journey. Over time, the village began to face an unrelenting drought. The river, which once flowed abundantly, dried up. The fields withered, and hunger and thirst began to take over. Everyone was desperate, trying to find solutions. But Anna knew that the only true solution came from God. While the village suffered, Anna continued to pray. She knew that prayer was the key to changing the situation. But people didn't believe her. Instead of seeing her faith as hope, they saw it as madness. And the despair grew as the drought dragged on. One day, Anna, with tears in her eyes, tried to speak to the villagers. She begged them to join her in prayer. "Only God can help us," she said with conviction. But no one listened. Some called her crazy, others simply ignored her words. The situation in the village worsened every day. The food and water reserves were nearly gone, and panic took over the villagers. The houses, once full of joy, were now empty of hope. The village, which had once been prosperous, seemed to be on the brink of ruin. Anna, however, did not give up. She knew that faith could change everything. She withdrew to a field, alone, and knelt down. In silence, she prayed fervently. Her eyes lifted to the sky, asking with all her heart for God to send the rain that the village so desperately needed. "Lord, I know you can save our land. Give us strength. Give us the rain we need. I trust you," Anna whispered in her prayers. Although the world around her seemed to be collapsing, she held her faith firm, convinced that prayer was the answer. As each day passed, the drought intensified. But Anna didn't give up. She continued to pray, every day, without fail. Her prayers became like a beacon of light, a sign that faith could endure even in the darkest moments. One man from the village, Drought, one of the most skeptical, watched Anna from afar. He saw her praying every day, but he always thought it was useless. "Faith won't solve our problems," he thought. However, something began to change within him. He felt a pull to approach. Drought, tired of seeing his village suffer, walked up to Anna while she was praying. "Anna, I don't believe, but maybe if this really can help, I can try too," he said, his voice low. Anna looked at him, surprised and grateful. Without hesitation, she welcomed him into her prayer. Drought's gesture was small, but significant. Others began to notice. Anna's words and Drought's actions began to spread through the village. Some approached, others watched from a distance. But one thing was clear. Something was changing, and faith was beginning to spread. As more people joined Anna in prayer, something mysterious began to happen. The sky, which had been covered in dark clouds, began to clear. The wind stopped, and a gentle breeze began to blow. People started to realize that faith was making a difference. The prayers intensified, and more villagers joined. Together, they all prayed to God for rain. The village, once skeptical, was now united in faith. The power of prayer was, little by little, bringing everyone together in one heart. On one sunny morning, something extraordinary happened. A light drizzle began to fall. At first, it was just a small rain, but soon it turned into a downpour. Water flowed back into the rivers, and the fields began to revive. The miracle was happening right before everyone's eyes. The village was in ecstasy. The houses, once full of despair, were now filled with joy and gratitude. People embraced each other, crying, thanking God for the blessing received. The drought had finally ended, and hope was reborn in the village. Anna, with a serene smile, watched the miracle unfold around her. She knew that without her faith, this wouldn't have happened. Her prayer, coupled with the growing faith of the villagers, brought the rain the village so desperately needed. God had responded in a unique and powerful way. The village now believed. The faith that once seemed madness had become the foundation of renewal. The drought had passed, but the greatest miracle was the transformation happening in the hearts of the villagers. Now, everyone believed in the power of God. Anna was no longer seen as crazy. She became a symbol of hope, of unwavering faith. Her journey of prayer had shown everyone what truly mattered: faith in God, the trust that He is always present, even in the darkest hours. And so, the village, which once didn't believe, now lived with the certainty that God can transform even the impossible. Faith had renewed not only the land, but also the hearts of all. And Anna, with her faith, had changed the fate of everyone.